Man, I really don't know how many people will watch this video. I think it might get like 5 views, but that's okay. That's what this channel's for. Um, what I've been using, I don't know if you guys have been noticing, but I've been using this channel a lot more than usual lately, because I think I've been neglecting it, and I think it's a great opportunity to just talk about whatever. And not a ton of people will watch this stuff, but some people will, and it shows alternate sides to me. It helps me be more comfortable in talking about different sides to myself. Even though streams are great for that, I think this makes me talk about things that I don't necessarily talk about much unless I'm stimulated to. And just about things that people might be curious about me, or maybe some of it's for people who don't come out to streams, who may be interested in it but just don't like Twitch, or just streams aren't their thing, and all the purposes for what this channel's for. And what I found that I've been doing since I've been starting to make more videos like this is I've been using this channel as a way to talk about things that a lot of the time don't come up very often. People always ask me about stuff with One Piece and Hunter x Hunter and Haikyuu and Naruto and Bleach, and video games like Final Fantasy and Xenoblade and Yakuza and stuff like that. I talk about those all the time, and I will continue to, and I love doing it, otherwise I wouldn't do it. But there's lots of things similar to what I said in my sports video. There are lots of things that mean very much to me that I don't talk about much because my audience sometimes just isn't into it, or haven't checked it out, or it just doesn't come up much. My relationship with sports is one of them. That's why I put out that video. And another one is Animal Crossing, actually, specifically the first Animal Crossing. But I've made a video about that, and it's gotten actually like a decent amount of views, so I think some people have seen that one, with my relationship with Animal Crossing GameCube. But specifically, something that I don't really talk about much with anyone. Very few people. When someone brings it up, I get so excited because I talk about it so rarely and it means so much to me, is Paper Mario. I adore Paper Mario, specifically the first three Paper Mario games. Paper Mario 64, Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door, and Super Paper Mario. The first Paper Mario is, if I had to pick one story, the most influential piece of fiction I've ever experienced, it was Paper Mario 64. Very close to it. Second place would probably be Fate Zero, but and third place would probably be Hunter x Hunter, both for different reasons. But if I had to pick one, it would be Paper Mario. It is the game that properly hooked me on video games. It's the story that got me interested in exploring fictional settings, in keeping up with fictional characters. It's basically what taught me, Paper Mario 64, how beautiful stories can be. And then Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door, I think is probably, in a lot of metrics, better than Paper Mario 64, and to me means so incredibly much. I think it's such a beautiful expansion of the gameplay, of the setting. It adds such great NPC flavor and enrichment of the mythos and lore of Paper Mario. It expands in every way. It's the perfect sequel. It's a beautiful, beautiful game, and the recent remake, it came out a couple years ago, is fantastic. I love it. Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door, strong, strong favorite. And Super Paper Mario, I don't love quite as much as the other two, but I do really love it. I love how bold it is. I love how out there it is. I love how it tells a genuinely fantastic narrative. Hopefully this music isn't too loud. Hopefully not. We're doing it live. It tells a fantastic, genuinely fantastic narrative with really emotional characters. It does a lot of fun things with the medium. I just think its eccentricities can sometimes drag it a bit down, but I still think it's awesome. I think it's amazing. I think it's a great game that means a lot to me. But specifically, I'm going to be talking, and so as a result, I love the series. I think Paper Mario is one of my favorite video game series, up there with the likes of Pokemon and Legend of Zelda and Yakuza, maybe soon to be Metal Gear Solid, Soulsborne, stuff like that. It's right up there. I love it. Specifically the first three games. After that, not a fan. Sorry to be a normie. But today I want to talk more about the first two Paper Mario games. Paper Mario 64 and Thousand Year Door. those, because they are, like I said, I think there's a bit of a gap between Super Paper Mario and them, as much as I love Super Paper Mario, and I think they're the most, like, they mirror each other in structure. They are true. Thousand Year Door is a true sequel to Paper Mario 64. And so, you guys know me. I love comparing and contrasting and making lists and all that sort of thing. Oh, beautiful song for this. So I wanted to talk about those two games, and I've already mentioned really quickly what Paper Mario means to me. I have so many beautiful memories trekking through that. For me, Paper Mario 64 was my fairy tale. You know, I learned about fairy tales growing up. My parents would read me stories and fables, and I'd learn about, fairy tales. But my fairy tale was Paper Mario. It was exploring the frozen lands in Chapter 7. It was embarking on a journey to Lava Lava Island. It was exploring the Haunted Manor and getting lost in Chapter 3. And just going around Toad Town and speaking to NPCs. It's the first game that made me realize that talking to NPCs was fun and interesting. And that, with sharp writing and creative character writing and little journeys, it can be fun to just immerse yourself in a setting and understand the people that live within it. A fictional setting. I just love it so much. And there's an ambience, specifically with Chapter 7, that is magical. It's mystical. The snow, the aurora borealis, the vast land that the Arctic North that encapsulates such a specific ambience and atmosphere for Chapter 7. It's a chapter I could play over and over again on repeat forever, not even exaggerating. I love it that much. It's one of my favorite things in any video game, and it's a childhood story, specifically Paper Mario, but specifically Chapter 7, that stuck with me forever. Oh my gosh. From the cozy, warm fireplaces of the little huts in Shiver City and Starborn Valley, to the vast, mystical, dark, ominous, historical Crystal Palace and everything there, the old civilization, the hints there, the music everywhere, the visuals, I love it so much. And I actually have made a video on Paper Mario. I might link it in the description. Either way, where I talk about this ambience. I'll link it. I'll link it. And not many people have seen that video, but yeah, it's so special. It's so special. Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, like I said, in many ways, I think is better. I think it's better than Paper Mario. I think it's an amazing, incredible sequel, but it doesn't have that ambiance. It doesn't have that sense of atmosphere and the spirituality of Star Haven, the mystical nature of Chapter 7 and Shiver City and the snow and there's a feel of Paper Mario 64 that Thousand Year Door does not replicate, and it's impossible to replicate, and I wouldn't want it to try. I love that it's its own thing, but because of that, Paper Mario is my favorite. It's my favorite, and because of the nostalgic properties with it, and because of what it means to me. Now, I don't think that this means that Paper Mario Thousand Year Door is better, and the only reason I have Paper Mario 64 ahead of it is because of nostalgia and emotional reasons. I think those are genuinely... there are quantifiable reasons why we feel that way. Some of it's unplaceable, some of it's biased, but I think that I feel that way about Paper Mario because it is that good, and it's something that if I revisit it, I feel it again. It's repeatable. So, yeah, but what I love about Paper Mario Thousand Year Door is the expansion of the clever writing. The party members are way better in Thousand Year Door compared to Paper Mario 1. They all have really distinct personalities and they really pop, and the setting is so rich and vast and such a great expansion, and I love how it gets a bit more gritty and flavorful and interesting as a setting. And oh man, it gets super dark. I love how dark it gets. Bowser is hilarious in both games, but I love his role in Paper Mario 2. The gameplay's more fun. It has great little touches, and it plays around in a metatextual way with the sort of tropes of JRPGs and video games and Mario and all that, and it's so creative. It's such a boundless, wondrous adventure. I love Thousand Year Door so much. They're both amazing. But I guess those are the main points I wanted to talk about with regards to both of those and how much I love about them, just because sometimes I'm filled to the brim with wanting to express this, and I can, but not many people, in stream have played them or really feel too strongly about them. If I tweet about it, not many, there's going to be some people who resonate with it, but a lot of my audience doesn't really care too much about Paper Mario, and that's fine, but I do, and so I just wanted to make a video like this about it. I really wonder how many people are going to be interested in this. My perception is that not many of my audience care about this, but we'll see. But with all that said, that's how I feel about both those games. They're mainstays on my top 100s every year. Oh, and one more thing about Paper Mario is actually my starting soon screen for Twitch is actually based off of Chapter 7 from the original Paper Mario. Let me try to bring it up. 1 second. Sorry, 1 sec. Let me just get rid of this stuff. And there we go. This is literally meant to be. This is a commission I did for from Pixel Jess, who did a great job with this, and who's done. I've commissioned stuff before. She's fantastic. But this is my starting soon screen for Twitch. For anyone who doesn't know, this is quite literally the concept for this was me telling Pixel Jess, Chapter 7 of Paper Mario. It's a snowy Arctic place, and there's a town overlooking a sort of path into some mountains, and there's also another town down the road of it. Oh god, hold on. Sorry, 1 sec. Down the road, that's oh, what a beautiful music for this. That is called Starborn Valley. There's Shiver City and Starborn Valley. There's a road between them. There's mountains in the distance. There's an Aurora Borealis. There's frozen ponds. There's pine trees and Christmas lights. And I literally walked her through like almost every screen of Chapter 7 to show her what I mean. And what I said is I want it to be me with my cup of tea, which I drink during streams and stuff like that, overlooking the distance of this beautiful vista that represents Chapter 7 of Paper Mario, the Shiver region of Paper Mario, and she did a fantastic job. But I just want to, I spent lots of money on this, and it was very well spent. I wouldn't take it back in the slightest. I adore this, and I'll never stop using it, but I just wanted to say, like, this is a commitment, and that's how much this means to me. I wanted something that represented me for a starting screen, and nothing better than this section of Paper Mario. I also have variations to it. Like, this is a snowing one, this is non-snowing one. This is, that was nighttime, and this is daytime, with snow and without snow. So, yeah. This is based off of Paper Mario. So cool little tidbit, maybe that you weren't aware of if you love Paper Mario and haven't watched me on Twitch or something. But the last thing I want to talk about here is comparing. You guys know me and how much I love ranking stuff. So I wanted to kind of compare and rank all the chapters in Paper Mario 1 and 2. Just for fun. Even the worst chapters here are still very good, like 8 out of 10 for me, because of how good these chapters are, but let's do it. So, in terms of Paper Mario 1, I would rank them in order. Chapter 7's my favorite. Then Chapter 5, Lava Lava Island, love the ambience and atmosphere there. Then Chapter 8, I think, is a fantastic final gauntlet. The music's amazing. Chapter 3, love the horror atmosphere, love Tubba Blubba and all that. Chapter 2, I adore Dry Dry Desert. I'm really nostalgic about Dry Dry Desert. I got lost there, but I love the oasis, the ambience of an atmosphere of Dry Dry Desert and the Dry Dry Outpost, the desert town. Love it. Then Chapter 4, the Shy Guys toy box. Tons of fun, lots of charm. Then Chapter 1, which I think is a more low-key, but I really like the Koopa Bros. I love the sleepy villages of Koopa Village and just the getting used to the early greenery and the roots. And then there's the prologue, which is, I think, a fantastic start to the game, but just very short, Goomba Village and stuff like that. And Chapter 6 is my least favorite. Flower Fields is the only location that I don't really enjoy a lot of the time. It's quite dreary, and it's meant to be, but I just don't find it as, quite as enjoyable as the other settings. I don't really like the music as much, but Tubba Blubba, one of the best bosses. Really like the lore, really like certain moments throughout, but it's my least favorite. Then for Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, my favorite is Chapter 3, the Glitzville, the Shonen Tournament arc. What a fantastic chapter, adore it. But really close to it, my top 2 in Paper Mario Thousand Year Door are more, I adore more than any other by a decent margin. Number 2 is Chapter 6, aboard the XS Express, the 3 days of whodunits and mystery solving, and going throughout the train, and the beautiful atmosphere as the sun rises and the sun sets, and the mood of a sleepy train at the end of a day. I love it. Chapter 6 is amazing. Chapter 5, I really like, what's it called? The island. Grotto? Keelhaul Key. Really love it. It's very reminiscent, obviously, of Lava Lava Island from Paper Mario, but great tropical island to explore, lots of fun humor throughout, and this sense of great vast adventure. Love it. Then Chapter 8, which is such a strong, dark, impactful finale, and the Shadow Queen and possessing Peach and all that stuff is, and then the gauntlet of fights, it's quite challenging, and it's super hype and lots of fun. Love the Chapter 8. Then I'd say Chapter 4, the creepy steeple and Twilight Town, and the really kind of dark and morbid, but also creative and fun atmosphere there. There's a bit too much backtracking, but they've solved that in the remake a little bit. And I love Dupless. Dupless is tons of fun. The Shadow Sirens. You also meet Vivian, who's my favorite character in Thousand Year Door. Chapter 7 is lots of fun. In the Outpost, the Far Outpost, it doesn't have the beautiful atmospheric, richness of the snowy levels in Chapter 7 in the original. But I do enjoy being there. I find the scavenger hunt for General White to be nonsensical and tons of fun, and I like being there on the moon. You go to the space and you go to the X-Nauts base, and lots of fun. Chapter 1, similar reasons I like Chapter 1 from Paper Mario. Really like the dragon in a castle feel. Petalburg's a great little town. I really like it. I really love the coziness of it. It's just really a really warm, comfy place to be. Love the music. Chapter 2 is very weird and surreal and awesomely atmospheric. I find it a bit annoying at times to play through. The mechanics with all the jabbles, whatever they are. The sort of Pikmin-esque mechanics, not super my thing, but love a lot of it. Like the atmosphere a lot, love the visuals. And it's a good chapter for sure. And then my least favorite is probably the prologue, just because there isn't a lot to it, but I love the introduction to Rogueport. Now, because I'm insane, let me rank them together, going from least favorite to favorite across both games. My least favorite in both games is the prologue from Thousand Year Door. Then Chapter 2 from Thousand Year Door. Then, again, we're ascending. Then, the prologue from Paper Mario, which I do really love, the sort of storybook feel of the prologue, the Legends beginning of Paper Mario. Then Chapter 1 of the Thousand Year Door. Then Chapter 7 of the Thousand Year Door. So, the bottom 5 entries, 4 of them are the Thousand Year Door, and all of them are good, like I said, but just interesting to note that, considering that I do like Paper Mario 64 better. Sorry. There we go. Then moving up, we have Chapter 1 of Paper Mario. Really, really, really enjoy this chapter. I think it's great. Then Chapter 4 of Paper Mario, Shy Guy's Toy Box. Then Chapter 2 of Paper Mario, the wonderful atmosphere of the desert section and the mountain and all that. So the next 3 are Paper Mario. Then we're getting sort of into the top half. We have Chapter 4 of the Thousand Year Door. Like I said, really clever, really atmospheric. Great chapter. Love Dupless. Plays around with the identity of Mario in really interesting ways. Then Chapter 3, specifically, I think, because of that spooky, classic feel to it and tone. And I love Bao and the Haunted Boo Mansion and Gusty Gulch and Tubba Blubba. After it would be Chapter 3, because of that. Then it will be Chapter 8 of Paper Mario, the finale of Paper Mario. Like I said, fantastic end to the game. Really, really enjoy it. Then, the finale, the conclusion, which I think is a bit better, is Chapter 8 of Thousand Year Door. I think Thousand Year Door's finale is slightly stronger than Paper Mario's finale. The Shadow Queen, the Bowser, the fights, the darkness, the Spirit Bomb, like, it's all just, it really hits for me just a little bit more than the finale of Paper Mario 1. Then we're going to the top 5 chapters for me across both games. Number 5 is Thousand Year Door's Keelhaul Key Chapter 5. Love the island, love the humor, love the feel of adventure, the pirate element to it. Absolutely adore it. Then, Chapter 5 of Paper Mario. I do like the Yoshis, the classic sort of tone to it, and then the descent, it just feels into the inferno. I love that feel of it as you get to the Lava Piranha, and I love Colorado and all of that. It's just a fantastic adventure. I like it slightly more than the adventure, its brother, its sibling, its sister, whatever you want to call it in Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. But then my top 3. Number 3 is Chapter 6, the XX Express from the Thousand Year Door. Masterful chapter. I could spend ages in it. I adore it so much. Clever, tons of humor, beautiful ambience and atmosphere on the train. God, this is gonna get muted. Oh no. Okay. Let's play a Paper Mario song. There we go. Love the Riverside Station and the atmosphere there, and all the larger-than-life, wonderful characters that have such impact and pop throughout Chapter 6. It's fantastic. And then once you get to Poshley Heights, you got a whole new town to explore at the end of it. It's so for me. It's so up my alley. But then then number 2 will be Chapter 3 from Thousand Year Door. 2 of my top 3 are from Thousand Year Door, and that's saying something, I think. It's got such amazing consistency on the top end. Chapter 3 from Thousand Year Door, the Glitzville. Exploring Glitzville, the hype as people are so excited for the fights, as you go and explore the bar where people watch the fights and people are talking about you, and uncovering the mysteries of it as you go in and around the pit, and you see fighters going missing and exploring that and the conspiracy there. And then the twists with Macho Grubba and the fights themselves, and the Yoshi partner you get, and just what really sells it for me, this chapter, is that you make your way up from the lowest rank 20, to the highest rank 1, to try to get the Crystal Star. And every few ranks, like every 3 or 4 ranks, you start and you go around town and people go, "Oh, you're a new fighter? I've never heard of you." Well, good luck, I guess. And then you win a few matches, then you go up to rank 16, and people will go, "Oh, you're making some headway, I've heard of you. I caught your fight, actually. You kind of remind me of this old fighter, but you still got a ways to go. I'm a bit more of a fan of these other fighters." Then you get to rank 12 or 13, and people go, "Wow, you're kind of making a bit of some waves. Let's see if you can make it to the major leagues." You make it to the major leagues, people are impressed. You go to the bar, people are fans of you, of Mario. People are fans of Mario's partner, and then you get to like the top 6 and people are going, "Are you gonna like challenge for the title?" You get to like the top 2 or 3 and people are going, "Oh my gosh, you're gonna do it." It's so hype. I love that. I love it. NPC dialogue and the way it progresses, specifically in the first 2 Paper Mario games, it's one of my favorite examples of that. It's what I love this in the Trails games. They do it so well in the Trails games, and I always dig into that in the Trails games, but what really got me into it was Paper Mario and this. But there's only ever going to be one winner for my number 1 chapter across both games, and that is Chapter 7 of Paper Mario. The Shiver region, Shiver City, Starborn Valley, the mystical cosmos, the Aurora Borealis, scaling Shiver Mountain, going to the mystical, historic, ominous, mysterious Crystal Palace, the snow, the beautiful visuals, the Christmas trees, the penguins skating around. It's just, I love snowy areas in video games. As you could probably tell by my obsession and the way I talk about it in like my Platinum video for Pokemon. By how much I love the section in Red Dead Redemption 2, stuff like that. It just gets me. It just gets me. Anyways, I hope you've enjoyed this 25-minute gush about Paper Mario, this series that I don't really get to talk about much at all. I'll link the video I made about it in the description, in case you're interested, but if you're here, whether, if you're here and you're one of the rare members of, I guess, my audience who have played it, feel free to share your thoughts on any of it. I love seeing people's thoughts about Paper Mario. Despite it being a pretty successful and beloved franchise, I really don't see much discourse about it, despite how much I love it, so feel free. Thoughts on any of this. I'd love it. If you're here and you've just, been listening as some white noise as you work or do chores or something, and you haven't even touched the Paper Mario games, consider it. These are games that I sincerely love, as long as you're not looking for a super dense, character piece, and you just kind of want to go for an adventure, a really classic fairy tale-like adventure with tons of great dialogue and fun characters and beautiful presentation. These games, the way they've aged, they're timeless. They're timeless in story and in presentation. And I just give them my wholehearted recommendation for anyone looking for a sort of fairy tale-esque, simple but super potent, heartfelt games. And I include Super Paper Mario in that as well, even though I've primarily talked about the first two games. Yeah, they're great examples of why I love video games and why I love stories and narratives, and I think they're fantastic. Anyways, I've yapped too much. Thank you so much for listening and watching, and share your thoughts if you have any. But anyways, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much.